A local man told investigators that Ed Gein had been in the store that evening before Bernice had vanished, saying that he would return the next morning for a gallon of antifreeze. A sales slip for a gallon of antifreeze was the last receipt written by her on the morning she disappeared. Later that day, Ed was arrested. However, when a county sheriff entered the farm, they found a scene straight from a horror movie. The missing woman's decapitated body was in a shed on the property, hung upside down by her legs with a crossbar at her ankles and ropes at her wrist. Her body had been dressed like a hunter would do that of a deer. It was later determined the cause of death was a shot from a .22 caliber rifle. While searching the home, authorities found a collection of human remains and body parts. Some among their findings were whole human bones and fragments, human skin covering several chair seats, skulls on his bedpost, a lampshade made from human skin, a belt made out of nipples, among many other items. The item that stood out, though, was a suit fashioned from women's flesh that Ed later went on to say was a woman's suit made to resemble his mother, so he could literally crawl inside her. When questioned, Ed claimed that he had made more than 40 trips to the graveyard in a dazed-like state, collecting bodies from graves. Later, during questioning, Ed also admitted to the shooting death of Mary Hogan, a tavern owner that had been missing since 1954, whose head was found in his house, but he later denied having any memory of her death. On November 21st, 1957, Ed was arraigned on one count of first-degree murder, where he pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. Although he was diagnosed with schizophrenia and found mentally incompetent, thus unfit for trial, after a small stint in a hospital for the criminally insane, he stood trial again, and at the request of the defense, his trial was held without a jury. This time he was found guilty on November 14th, but only for the murder of Bernice. Instead of prison, Ed Gein was sentenced to spend his remaining years at Central State Hospital for the criminally insane. He was later moved to another hospital and remained until his death from respiratory failure secondary to lung cancer on July 26, 1984. He was 77 years old. The story of Ed Gein didn't end after his death. His 1949 Ford, which he drove and hauled bodies in, was sold to a sideshow attraction where visitors could pay 25 cents to see the car. The home where the murders and Ed's butchering took place was burnt, however. Ed rests in an unmarked grave between his brother and parents due to pieces of his marker being chipped over the years until it was stolen in 2000 and recovered a year later in Seattle. His story has gone to inspire songs, horror films, and even television characters. It's an odd fascination mixed with how truly dark the corners of some of our minds can go. Thank you all so much for listening. If you have any recommendations, please feel free to comment or contact me. I'm on all social media, and they are linked on the page. If you would like to support the show, you can find me on Patreon, which is linked as well. Please feel free to leave a like and rate and review if you enjoyed the show. I'd love to hear from you guys as well as your thoughts on the case. Please be respectful to the parties involved, and until next time, take care.